Good evening, everybody, dear students, Sir and Mr. Chetan. Welcome you all to this Zoom meeting. I'm sure the students are aware of the purpose of having the Zoom meeting today at this time. And I think Dinesh and Deep have already joined the meeting. Welcome, both of you. I think Nithya has still not yet joined. I think I didn't see her name there, so I'm not very sure. Has Nithya joined?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Welcome all the three of you. Just a small introduction from our side. Dinesh has been the science topper last year in the year 2022, and followed by Nithya and Deep. And they are going to give you some inputs about how to study, and this the last another 30 days you have for the board examination for the present batch. Welcome all the present batch of science students also. The main purpose of this meeting is to have an interaction with the toppers of last year. And I'm sure they have so much of their experience to tell you so that you will be better prepared for your board examination. So that's the main idea. So I think it needs to be an interactive session. I'm sure the students of this year should be able to ask some questions. And I'm sure you all know all of them, I guess, Dinesh, Deep, and Nithya. So I'll hand over the meeting and everything to Dinesh, Deep, and Nithya. Who's going to start first? Dinesh?
Madam, before that,
yeah.
Madam, before that,
Yes,
I will address our students, right? Mr. Dinesh Kumar, Deep Dave, and also Nithya, right? Welcome back to the forum, right? I thank you very much for accepting our invitation, Dinesh, who was the topper.
Pleasure, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Dinesh, and congratulations. You have been, you have joined the PES College Main, and that too computer science engineering.
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
We are very, very proud of you. Very proud of you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, and the students who are there, right, who wish and hope more and more will join, right. The contributions of him is something which is phenomenal, and in fact he has scored 399 out of 400. And also Chandana Gowda also scored 399 out of 400. And amongst the two, this gentleman has scored 100% marks in all the theory subjects. Physics 70 out of 70, 30 out of 30 in the physics. Chemistry 70 out of 70, 30 out of 30. And then mathematics 100 out of 100. Computer science 70 out of 70. Whereas he has lost 1 marks in computer science practicals. Is it not, Dinesh? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Dinesh
Yes,
has lost one mark.
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
One mark in computer science, and of course in Kannada he guys scored 94, whereas in English 90, right? So there where he missed. In fact, on the day of a result, right, when we called both of them, right, of course almost he is into tears, and of course we too, and the contribution and the efforts that he has put in is really humongous. Congratulate. And also, and this will be an eye-opener for others as well, right? Had he scored 100 there, and even in English also he scored more, right? He would have been the rank holder, and also he would have won 1 lakh rupee cash award, which is there for the toppers of the state, right? First, second, third rank, and that is very much there this year as well. And next is Deep Dave, and in PCMB, he is a PCMC student. PCMB, Nithya. In fact, Nithya is the topper of the PCMB section, right? Congratulations, Nithya, and welcome back.
Thank you, sir.
And of course, Nithya is studying here at our college itself, right? In fact, at the time of admission, she requested for an help, right? I tried, but I couldn't able to do much to that. I'm very sorry, ma. But I tried all the possible means, right? I couldn't able to meet your expectations. I know that, right? I'm very sorry for that. Okay, and also Deep. And Deep is also Deep Dave is also best outgoing boy of our previous batch, right? I congratulate him. And he is also in our campus. He is studying biosciences, right? And in fact, I spoken to your dean, right? I told about you guys, right? And they were very happy about both of you, right? And the dean was very happy for having sent you guys to them bioscience department. And thank you very much, because they are feeling very, very proud, right? That's what is important. Whenever a student, alumni of our institution goes to another institution, and they say that we are very proud of you guys, right? We are the first people to feel very happy, right? Thank you once again for accepting our invitations and addressing our students, right? So all the students who have joined, right? And of course, this will be recorded, and it is being recorded. Okay, and we'll try to put it up later. And the best thing is having a good interactions with these boys and girls are very important. That will be most important at the 11th hour of the preparations, right? Most of you are prepared, and for the people, or for this Dinesh, Deep, and Nithya, right? This year there is a change in the pattern. The pattern is 15 marks, MCQ are there, right? 10 plus 5. So 10 marks, it is an objective type. Again, 4 choices will be there. Like, unlike you, there will be a question, and for that you have to write the answers. Here they have to pick the correct answer, and 5 marks is fill up the blank. So this is there for the students, and of course they have made it a bit simpler for scoring the marks, right? Of course, they have to be very, very accurate in choosing the correct answers from these choices. So our effort is to bring the seniors and make them to have a very good interactions with the juniors, their buddies, and build the buddy building, because what matters in the next days is how you are connected to your seniors are most important. And at the same time, the guidance that you people will give to your buddies is very vital, especially at this hour. So please, I request all the three to share your ideas, right? Already Mr. Chetan has already told you about what are the things that are required, right? In fact, we had a discussions before we invite you, right? That's what are to be expected or could be asked from you, so that you can share it with your juniors, right? Once again, I welcome you all the three to this forum, that is buddy building forums, right? So please hand hold these juniors, that is buddies of yours, and please show the light and see that they will also excel and get good name for their parents. And obviously, if they get good name for the parents and themselves, we are very, very happy, and we do get the names, right? So with this, I open this to Mr. First, I will request Mr. Dinesh to start off. Dinesh,
Hi, sir.
please.
Hope you're doing fine, sir.
Fine. Please go ahead.
So, hello, everyone. I guess sir has introduced about me so far. So, starting, Chetan sir told me that practical exams are around the corner, maybe in a week or so. So, the thing about practicals is we neglect it than theory. So that's what I did at last year. And that's one of my regret, cause I lost 1 mark in CS cause of practicals itself. I scored theory 70 and I got 29 out of 30. So I messed up the output. I wasn't prepared well actually. So what I advise you guys is don't neglect practicals. It will matter a lot. I've seen my friends who have got less branch just because they have messed up practicals and they couldn't get a good CET rank. So best thing about the best way to practice practical exams is just rehearse the experiment in your brain a week before the exam starts, right? So at night times before you sleep or something, just recall it, whatever you're done and what should be written there, what will be the calculations, and yeah, everything which was done in lab. I guess there would have been mock practical exams by now, right, sir? Hi, Chetan, sir. Are you there? I guess Chetan, sir, isn't there. Yeah, so there will be mock practicals
Very
now.
much
Don't
around.
miss out those. Yes. So don't miss out on mock practical exams and get maximum out of those practical exams, because we don't know how theory is going to happen, right? We don't know what will be the questions. We at least know the practical ones. And then coming to the board exam part, board exam will not be as tough as we think. It's just our mindset which depends. The questions will be easy itself. We shouldn't worry about that. We just need the right practice before we go into that. So practice a lot. Practice, I'm not just, writing on the paper and practicing. Just recall whatever is the question topics in your mind over time. When you'll be traveling somewhere, just recall it in your mind and it will be in your mind like forever, I swear. Then just don't get anxious during exam times. I know it's hard to not, but still it's just an exam, right? So don't get too anxious. It will be easy itself. And just a minute. So are students here, sir? I can't hear any voice.
Yes, you're audible. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So how many hours are you guys studying for now for board exams? Yeah, it used to be the same when I used to study also. I used to not answer this, but okay, so it's good. Okay, so just dedicate around 4 hours normally. Now I guess exam times, right? So dedicate around 5 hours for exams. Exams, I mean, including the 6 hours. Nice. I didn't used to study for 6 hours. Nice. So the thing is, you can get carried away with board exams around the corner and just keep focusing on board exam, board exam, board exam. The thing is, the major thing is the CET. So you should not neglect CET at all. If you're studying 6 hours a day, at least 3 hours of it should be for CET. Daily, you should at least solve some 15 MCQs to 20 from each subject and PCM for those who are writing CET. Solve around 15 to 20 MCQs and remember the time constraints which are given. It will be 60 questions for 60 minutes. You guys would have known by now, I guess. Yeah, so and practice your writing skills for board exams. So this time they have less descriptive questions. Huh? Hello.
Instead of 1 mark questions, now they have
Yes.
15 MCQs and 5 fill in the
Yeah.
blanks,
Okay.
where the
Okay, so do
answer
they have
is
the
also
choices,
given
sir?
randomly.
Oh, okay. Nice. So it's be a little easier than this. Like we used to be blank. Especially most of us guys would have missed out on hundreds in the one in the who is this
1 mark
Vivo V1?
questions.
Yeah, 1 mark questions. So MCQs will be a little easy then, I guess, because the answer will be right in front of your eyes. Then coming for the derivations from physics part, don't miss out the important ones. Like, just don't, oh, this is not important, I'll leave this off. Just don't do it. Study every derivation that's ever present in the physics and recall as much as you can. And the main thing now is the exams are in the corner. The main factor which matters is the time management. Everyone will say those who has nice brains will get the most marks. But what I feel is second view is all about time management. Where will you invest your time will reflect on your marks. So in college and all, don't waste time now, especially that two exams are near, right? Don't waste the time. So the thing is, you have to study. You may think, why I have to study this much and all. At last, there are many engineering colleges. I can get into one of the colleges. Yeah, every college offers engineering, but the quality of the engineering they offer matters a lot. And I'm experiencing it now, getting into PS University. The crowd here is awesome. They conduct hackathons, projects, and many other stuffs, which will be not available in many other colleges. So you should focus on getting into a good college. It's not about the placement, it's about the journey you get. It's about the classmates you meet, the way they'll be preparing for other exams, which you'll get to know. Chetan sir used to say this to us a lot. It's not about, getting engineering. It's about the crowd with whom you will be. Yeah, so sir, thank you for that. Now I can relate to that. And focus on your individual skills too. Just don't, study and come out of second PU with no skills. Because in your later part of your education, it matters a lot. and try getting into a good engineering college, like RV, PES, and our Dayanand, of course. Dayanand, then BMS and all. They are low tier colleges too, but it'll be a difficult journey there compared to these universities. Yeah, so focus on your competitive exams a lot. Are you guys preparing just for CET, or are you guys come for BITSAT, Manipal exams and stuff? Reminds me of our online classes. So can you ask them to interact for Saturday? Hello.
Okay, someone has a question? Fine. Go ahead.
Sir, those who have questions, let them raise their hands so that it will draw the attention of the speaker. Hmm?
So I guess there are no doubts now.
If there are any questions, please raise your hand. You can ask questions to Mr. Dinesh. Dinesh, what we can do is we shall have the
Yes, sir.
chart with even others, Deep and Nithya. Let them speak.
Yes,
At
sir,
the
yes.
end, we can take the discussion. We can have the
Yes, sir.
discussion.
There's
Was
a
it
question
okay?
about it right now from Naz or something. Hey, currently I'm not preparing for CET. Can my board percentage get me a good college?
Yeah.
No, not for engineering at least. Because engineering you can either get from management or through your CET rank. And CET rank, yeah, it depends on board, of course, but it's 50%, right? Even if you score 300 out of 300 in boards, it's just gonna be, half of the ranking which you will get. So yeah, it's not enough to get into a good college. If it's for BSc and other stuff, maybe if you get like 95 plus and all in colleges like RV and even our Dayanand, we get a little discount on the fees and stuff. So if you're not planning for engineering, you can around say focus on your boards itself. If you are interested into BSc and all, you can give your 100% to boards and get into good college. Yeah, I guess that clears your doubt for now. How much money we need for management? Okay, I'll answer these questions at the later part. Let my friend Deep and Nithya speak now.
Now, Nithya, would you please address them, please?
Yes. So, hi, I'm Nithya. And so basically, what you do is how much you prepare directly reflects on your marks. And you don't you don't leave anything for chance. You always prepare for 100%. So at least you can, write 90% of what you have studied. And I used to do this thing where I had these like sticky notes on the mirror or on the wall outside my bedroom. And I would just, every time I walk in or out, I would just like look at it and, remember, recall the formulas and make sure you use like active learning techniques like Pomodoro, there's Feynman. There are many techniques like that that you can use to actually, understand what you're learning. And then the teacher's notes, they're really important. They're really helpful. And obviously, textbook is also very important, but usually the teacher's notes will do the trick. And if you're preparing for competitive exams, obviously it's not enough. And yeah, make sure you have a healthy balanced lifestyle along with studying, not just studying. Any doubts you have, you can always come to college. The teachers will be there to always help you and clear any of your doubts that you have, or any help you need. They will always be there for you. And make sure you prepare the previous year's question papers, like you solve those question papers, and you're able to get a good grasp on the topics. So yeah, that's about it. Deep, you can go ahead.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Our journey of PUC life was good actually. We studied a bit in boards. It was easy actually. Boards were actually easy. The basic concentration was for NEET, as I was a PCMB student, and even CET I concentrated more. I needed a good rank in NEET, but couldn't get that marks and all. Like board, for preparation of boards, like as Nithya and Dinesh said, the notes and textbook highlighting the points, some important points, or like in biology, we can give like stuffs of the scientific names, or like if you cannot memorize the scientific name, like put the posters on your study table side, or when you sleep it, just revise it once. And max formulas. In physics, like derivation, don't neglect it. Even in our board case also, the unexpected derivation came, and we could write it because we read everything. So that was good actually. And mathematics, you should remember everything. The trigonometric, it's not that hard. Like board, you can easily score. Board is not that hard. And don't neglect the languages, the English and the Hindi or Kannada. And in mathematics and biology, you can make posters like for formulas and some important points, like it can come for the exam or something. And as it is an MCQ session, like in the first we had 1 markers, you have MCQs, that it actually benefit. And if anyone is preparing for NEET, just start a good preparation. Even I lost many marks in physics. I neglected physics and chem a bit. I got a good marks in biology, but couldn't get that score enough. And chemistry, you can click reactions, and organic also is important. Don't neglect organic. Even organic, major part comes from organic only. The reactions, you can write it and like recall it. Don't memorize it or like ratta it. So just practice in a sense, like you should know the meaning of it. Just don't simply memorize and just say some words and come off. And that's all. Yeah, if anyone has any doubts or queries, just go on. So Vivo V1, what was my meet rank? Mine was 400. But I couldn't get, as I'm a general, so couldn't. And I had a little interest in genetics and information like R&D. So I went in BSc Biotech. So anything doubts about NEET, college regarding, or CET? Yeah, it's open, you can ask.
Okay. Sorry to interrupt, Dev. Okay.
Yes.
We have hardly a minute. So I request all of you to rejoin back and let's continue this. Please rejoin, all of you. Please do rejoin.
So when you sit at, the main CET exam, you won't feel any anxiety, fear and stuff. So aim around getting below 5,000, 10,000. So there's a question now. I'll answer the question. So first question is it possible to score well if we start studying from today? Oh, it's gonna be difficult. I'm not gonna lie. That too. From now it's Feb, end of your academic year. For boards, it will be enough. But for CET, it won't be enough. But better late than never, right? So start if you wanna, get a good rank. Starting from now, you should invest a lot of your time. You shouldn't have any social life. It'd be difficult, I know. But yeah, if you are late, that's your big disadvantage. You have less time. So any dates about CET exam?
CET is yet to be announced.
Okay, so it may be around
So probably
April.
they'll get, after the board exams are over, probably they get somewhere around 25 days for CET.
Yeah, yes, sir, yes, sir.
And this
So
year we
it's
have
not,
elections around the corner. So I'm a little curious.
so the gap which you get between board exam and CET exam is not enough to, start to study. It's just enough to revise, guys. It's just enough to revise. And I wanted to share you this. So you will get a lot of materials from, college side or the coaching center which you go. Your main Bible is our NCRT. Just follow NCRT, no other book. Just solve the exercise questions from NCRT. Just read it as many times as possible. If you read it, like 5 times fully, then you're gonna obviously you're gonna crack, because the main syllabus for JE and CET is just NCRT, nothing else. No other modules from big coaching centers. It's just gonna confuse you a lot. Don't multi-read every materials you get. Just study quality material, and NCRT is the best book you can ever get. And you can take guide from teachers. It's better to take guide from teachers rather than seeking a solution in others. Like I used to go to Chetan Shetty sir if I get any doubts from NCRT, and the way he used to make my doubts clear, I used to not get the same clarity by just reading other guides and stuff. So let me answer the next question. Guys, don't send a direct message. Just open up your voice and talk, right? So, like, which college did you get with that rank? Like, could we get into aerospace? Such. Yeah, I got into PS with that rank. Actually, I had a reservation 2 year. It's like the next to general merit. So it's kind of difficult to get into that. To CS branch is very much difficult. It's very high demand. Uh, And the thing is, the struggle is not over just after getting into a good CA engineering college. Even after going to a college, there'll be competition, because those people have on the same seat like you, right? They would have hard work very much. Which branch? I'm from computer science, computer science branch. So, who is this Vivo V1? Can I know the name?
Dinesh, sorry to interrupt you.
Who is this?
Can I
Oh,
take the?
Deep. Hi, Deep. How are you?
No, hi.
Yeah,
Can I
sure.
take the talk? Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Should you ask?
So, so there's some questions for some like other than MBBS, there are many other courses also offering good amount of, and they have interest in many. So like you can go for BSc in genetics, or you can go for PharmD. It's an important course in the medicine field. And one question was, which is better, PharmD or B Farm? I would suggest PharmD is better. B Farm is not that better. B Farm, if you get a degree, you'll just go for medical, the medicine shop is there. You can just take the like slip and read the medicines part and give a medicine and prescribe him. That's all. PharmD, you learn to how to get how you can make a medicine. After that, you can even go for drug thing also. The drug inspector or any like production of drug, you can go for it. I would suggest PharmD. And one more question. So you should focus on the even practicals and even the practicals and theory both. The practicals also is important. 30 marks is not just easy to score. In practicals, you know what is the question basically. Like from this experiment only, you'll get the question. Or Viva thing, it's actually easy if you're you know the basic knowledge of the experiment or any biological experiment or chemistry titration experiment. It's actually easy. One more question is, can we crack physics with good marks by practicing 10 years papers? An important question provided. Yeah, important question provided by the sir and Department of Physics, like Chetan Shetty sir provided us also. It's important. Yeah, you can go, but you cannot get out of it or the 100 mark scorer. Like you can easily get a good marks, and even practice a previous year paper, you would get good marks. Yeah, any more doubts?
So there's a question from me. So in CS, DS is better or AML? It purely depends on your interest. Yeah, so it clearly depends on your interest. If you want to go into less mathematics part and more into hardcore programming, AML is the choice for you. If you are ready to take the risk, because it's a relatively new domain for you guys. CS and CSDS is very well established domain than AML. So if you are sure that you want to do the best in AML, I would like you to take it. Just a minute. Yeah, so which branch did you take? I took computer science branch. I didn't choose any domain for now. Taking a drop year for JE worth and 8 months or enough. IIT. Yeah, if you want to take a drop for JE, you should be sure of yourself that you want to study for the rest. Yeah, like your peers will be in the next graduation thing and you would be sitting home just for studying. If you're sure about yourself and you have that zeal, then you can for sure take a drop here and go for JE. Also planned on taking a drop actually, but for me I got into PSH, so I didn't take a drop this time. Cracking good score in physics can grade up your rank. No, they have equal importance for three subjects: PCM, physics, maths, and chemistry. It's not like you get 100 in physics and you score less in chemistry and you can get a good rank. If you mess up chemistry, then you're gonna lose your rank.
Go ahead. Raise questions. Be vocal. Talk to them, guys. This is a fine opportunity. Talk to them.
You can ask any doubt you want. And there's no restrictions.
Open your mic and speak.
A previous year question paper for CET enough for revision. Yeah, for revision, previous year questions will be good. But the thing is, for our batch, what they did was, it was a bit tougher compared to previous years. previous year question paper was easy compared to our batch. The maths questions were up to JE level. So for those guys who just prepared on the previous year, messed up, was thinking it will be easy. You can't predict how they're gonna give, right? Because now KCT is, taking up things to match JE level. So I don't think it will be enough for revision also. We're gonna just solve other MCQs. Physics practical exam, can you just go through the value of experiment of a record in case you didn't get the value? Can you just input our value? So I guess he's basically asking if we mess up the practical exams, can he replace the values from record book? I guess not, because I don't know how that works. No, because on the exam day you're gonna get different equipment, different values. For example, you will be given different voltages and stuff, right? It will be not the same as your normal experiments. So that's it. I answered all the questions, I guess.
Dinesh, sorry to interrupt. So there's a question
Sorry.
like all the MCQs, if I learn the 1 markers, like you can get some 1 markers, like 1 markers, you cannot, MCQs, you cannot predict like this only will come or it will come for 1 markers. It can be like a simple putting a numerical, putting a formula and just answering the question. It might be some different question also, but it would be easy. And one more like, yeah, you should write extra questions also. Like they choose the best one of them. If one question you have written some 6 points or 7 points for the relevant answer, if some 2-3 points are 2-3 points are reduced or it is wrong actually, so they'll not cut. You can write an extra question in that. By chance you can get all the marks from that 5 marker or different 2 marker or something. You should attend the extra question. Yeah, continue, Dinesh.
So there's another question now saying, how about physics practical? If there's a small mistake in calculation, will they cut your marks or the correction is liberal? I feel it's dependable totally on the external which we get on that day. We don't know how our luck will be. So what I feel is luck is not in our hands, right? Don't make mistakes. Even if you do small mistakes, it's okay. The external will give in a rare cause. If the external has a bad mood, then he will cut marks for sure.
So there is a question like, will the examiner be like irritated by writing more questions? No, the examiner will not be irritated by writing. If you write extra questions or something, the examiner will correct the paper detailedly. He'll correct the A to Z of a paper. So just write try to attempt as much as question in your paper. Any copying or cheating tips? No. It's you'll get debarred. Will not be available in the. Will not be passed also actually in the second year. So no cheating and copying basically. No.
So there's another question. Why the questions are tough or the ones which we usually get from the teachers? No. I guess we have one printout kind of for Viva questions. They're gonna ask it that itself. For physics, we don't have any fixed set of questions, and they won't ask anything out of the textbooks or experiments. Like if you get the Wheatstone bridge, yeah, I remember Wheatstone bridge. They're gonna ask what's the resistance, and I guess Chetan sir will have said you what type of Viva questions will be asked. just prepare. It's not a big task. They won't ask any derivation to do that. Just give straightforward questions. If you know, you can answer it. Else you should give up. That's it. Then there's a rumor that I copied. No, I guess I didn't copy that. I guess Deep was sitting in True Venture side of me. Did I copy Deep that day?
No, it's impossible.
Yeah, and guys, don't mess up your exams for copying. It's a serious issue. I know a friend. He wanted to just pass, but he got debarred because he copied and he bought some cheats. So don't go. It's okay if you fail. You can write supplementary or you can take a drop and write next year. Right? It's better than debarring for 3-4 years and getting a black mark for your education. Another question: any tips to score well in chemistry boards? So chemistry boards is all about your memory power. It is not like something new. It's not like physics numericals where we discover new things. You just just write the points. Don't miss out on the points. Like if they ask you the differences, don't beat around the bush. Just say straightforward answers, and they like the straightforward answers. They're never gonna cut marks for that. Coming for the organic part, most of the questions are from organic part, as Deep said. The thing about organic is it's very important for your competitive also. What I suggest you is Kumar sir, I did this, in one whole sheet. What was that called? The
Yeah, like in a whole sheet, you can write every the
yeah,
name
yeah,
reaction, like
yeah, yeah,
Mind
what's
yeah.
the
What
mapping.
was that
process,
called?
Mind
yeah,
mapping.
mind
Yeah,
map,
mind
you can
mapping. Mind
better use
mapping.
it.
Yeah,
Like
do that if possible.
every chapter you can make a one, like alcohols and phenols one,
Yeah, yeah.
halogens one,
I'll. Oh,
everything
nice.
separated.
You
And
remember the
organic,
chapter still.
like I was interested in chemistry and
Yeah, yeah.
math and bio.
So yeah, that's it. So just put out a mind map in your study table or something, and that's enough for organic. There's nothing more because it's just what's there you have to write, right? It's not like having a formula and then doing stuff. Then there's another question: are the numericals in physics exam gonna be easy comparative in boards? Yeah, in boards they're not gonna give easy. I guess you guys know this. There'll be 75% easy questions and around 15% medium questions and around 10% I guess it's application level, no? So that's where they filter out who can apply the formulas, the numericals. So I guess the application part will be mostly judged by their ability to solve a numerical. Like I guess we had also got that kind of competitive level numerical in a board. I was able to solve it because I was preparing for CET, right? And those who did solve would have missed out on getting 100, and that's where they differentiate you guys. If you're gonna solve that, then it's good. Yeah, it will be easy only. It's not that much difficult. That which will be done in NCRT only. It will be given. That's it. So I guess Deep has to answer. Go ahead, Deep.
There's a question like if you solve previous question paper and the important question by the sir or ma'am, you can get 60. I'll not say the exact marks. How much you can get? You have enough number of days. Just start preparing from now only. You can get a good score. Just basically learn the concept and the derivation thing. Just what is needed in the derivation and the with an exam like diagram, important diagram carry marks in the exam. Just write that. And one more question is like for biology, yeah, NCRT is pretty good. If you refer the NCRT for the 1 markers and MCQs thing, you can easily score the questions. Okay. Any more questions?
So there's another question. In case we don't score well in KCT, will Comet K help in putting it to a good college with low fee? Yeah, Comet K will help, and I have heard that it's relatively less. Yeah, I didn't write Comet K and all. KCT was my only option. And you focus much better if one thing is your only option and you don't have a plan. Because if I didn't do good on KCT, I wouldn't have got into PS or I didn't even write any entrance exams except Manipal and all. Just focus on one thing and aim to get at it. just don't, depend on every other exams. You'll be like, even if I mess up this exam, I'll get into this exam. It's not like that. Just put your entire self in one exam, and definitely if you put your everything in that exam, you'll be able to do it. Comet K fees is double the amount of KCET, I guess. It's around 2.4 lakh, 2.5 or something. I don't know. I guess Deep has much better idea than.
Yeah, like for our thing, I didn't concentrate more on CET. I concentrated for NEET, but couldn't get it. As I neglected physics. I got less score, like 180 marks. So I got negative marking too much. I got a good score in bio and chem, but because of physics, I lose my score. And one more question is like, is this 1 month enough? Yeah, 1 month is actually enough. It's if you're starting your preparation also now, you can easily get a good score. I cannot say you'll get out or anything, but you'll get a good score. You should be like, don't panic in the exam, okay? Like everyone is scared, like what is good in this, what will come in this. They will be scared and they'll panic and they'll not write the answers and forget the answers. So don't just panic. Which is the best college for genetics after 12th? For genetics, like basically there's scope in outer. You can go like if you're suggesting for this one, genetics, our college is good. Dayananda Sagar is good, as I'm studying there only. And even one more college, I'm not getting the name. You can go for KIMS also. KIMS is also good, but KIMS doesn't offer that much of genetics and all. There are less colleges who offer about genetics. One more question is, as you said, Manipal University exam, can you name some other exam which we should surely go through? You can go for Comet K, CET, JE, NEET.
So Deep, sorry for interrupting. This university, considering this university exam, if you have enough money, for if you are able to pay around 4 to 5 lakh a year, I suggest you to take a BITSAT, and it's not easy. It's not easy, but BITS is like an heaven for engineers. They are very cool with their academics. There's 0% attendance allowance for exams. But BITSAT is relatively harder compared to CET. But if you can afford the fees and go into that, I would surely suggest everyone to take BITSAT. Even if you do, even it's not like you should crack the exam. You can just go for the experience. Like I wrote Manipal University entrance exam. I just thought I'll go for it. And it's not like I dreamed of going to Manipal and stuff. I just gave the exam and I got into it actually. But the fee was more itself. It was around 4.4 lakh per year. I got in EC branch actually. I didn't get computer science. So the fees was more for my range. So I didn't go for Manipal. So there's BITSAT, and we have PESAT also for those guys who want to get into PS rather than CT. For PESAT, the fees is relatively lesser than management. And we have DSAT, right, for Dayananda Sagar. Yeah, Dayanand is actually pretty good for engineering also. So you guys can take up DSAT and get into a lower fees and go study engineering in that.
So there is a question like, what is the placement in DSI? Like for just doing BSc, you cannot get that good placement, or will not be placed at a good amount. But if you do MSc and good research at the last year of your final year, the 8th sem of the BSc, they started research, and you can do good in research and get a good placement in R&D, or you can be placed in the foreign companies, or the many in this BSc course you can get many, like you can go into pharmaceuticals, or you can just basically go to research, or the separate branch for genetics. You can go for bio and biosciences, or just BBG, that is biotech. So that's good course. And one more question is, your daily study hours, preparation. Like basically, I didn't concentrate much on the board thing. I just learned the concept and I wrote it. And I gave concentration for competitive more. So I used to study like some 3 or 4 hours daily. I started from the starting only. So I basically concentrated for the competitive one. The one more question is, what was the score in needs considering individual subject? Individual subject, I don't remember. Like I can, bio, I lost some 30 or 40 marks, I think. Chemistry, I don't remember actually. I got pretty less in physics that I can remember. Bio, I got the highest. Yeah, it was like a different paper as expected. We expected like biology would come like direct questions. It didn't come that way. It was lengthy question. By reading that only, my time got enough. Like it was too lengthy paper also, so we couldn't do it. One calculation in Q&A. The one more question is calculation in questions takes time in competitive, or it will be easier, which will be solved. Calculation thing in competitive, as much as you practice like the previous papers or any like mock papers you do, the calculation get easier. Like you don't need to spend time in like derivation. Like there's a simple, even simpler formulas, like sir also have given many formulas in physics, and some in biology. You should remember like most of the scientific names. That would be hard, but it would be helpful in your competitive exams.
Talking about the calculation thing, actually, they'll make it easy calculation. Actually, they won't give big numbers. They will give division, which will be easily divisible. The thing is, you should get it right. And that's a good thing. Actually, you'll get to know if the calculation is easy, you're going in the right track. The calculation is going messy, then you should go back to your question and go back to your basics. And you have made a mistake. That was, I used to do this a lot in physics, numerical thing. Or if I mess up, it will the calculation used to get very difficult. And when it got easy, it would be like I'm in the right track. So there's a question here. Do we have any entrance exam for PS as well? Yeah, for PS University we have, by the name PSAT. It usually happens around July, I guess. You have to enroll for it, and yeah, you can get into that. PSAT is CET level itself. It's not that difficult also. Taking CS is better, or CS specialization is DS better for placement and good career? So I suggest is just do conventional CS for bachelor's at least. If you are aiming for specialization, what I suggest is do masters in specialization, because once you go into the conventional computer engineering, right, you'll know which domain is suitable for you. Because if you just take up data science because it's the best paying job and stuff, because you don't know, right? You aren't in the field. It's just you guys are in PUC. And I also used to do the same. I used to get data science better, cyber security better. But the thing is entirely different once you get into your bachelor's. So once you get into your bachelor's, you'll get to know which domain is better. So don't specialize that early bachelor's. Okay, just go for conventional computer science and do masters in specialization. Numericals in KCT are usually from NCRT. I can't say it's directly from NCRT, but many of it is from NCRT itself. Like I still remember some of the physics numerical were directly from NCRT. Like as soon as I saw the question, I was able to even write out the answer. I didn't even solve. There was some windmill question, and that we get right. What was that? Induced EMF and stuff. So that's. Then there's another question: is CSE better than aeronautical? So the thing is, don't compare branches, right? Aeronautical in its field, obviously it will be the best. If you want to go into core in aeronautical, you'll be having amazing career opportunities. If you are interested in aeronautical, then just don't take up CSE just because your parents and others forced you to do it. Aeronautical has a good career also. Like, yeah, I see this many of students, comparing other domains and all. Their domain is their strength. So better stick to it.
Sorry to interrupt. There's a question like Farm D you can take from Bio CET. Yeah, Farm D you can take from CET. There are good colleges offering Farm D courses also. But it's a 6-year course. It's a huge course, but it's a worth course. You can get a doctorate doctorate post of it from Farm D. It is different from D Farm. D Farm is like diploma in pharmacy. Farm D is getting a doctorate and like working in a pharmaceutical industry or any drug inspector type of thing. One more question, bro. In aeronautical engineer, what is D requirement? So Dinesh, you should answer this. In aeronautical department, what's the
Yeah.
D requirement?
What's the requirement for?
D, something D.
Yeah.
D N is best. I don't know. You should ask Dinesh. I don't know what like this to IIT account to you. I'm not
Can the one who question Deep can question me?
Yeah.
So there's a question for me: is PESAT easier compared to CET? No, it's the same level as CET, and sometimes they may increase the difficulty of questions from PESAT. Then will they just copy paste the physics numerical in boards from NCRT or any other handbook you can suggest? It's not like they just copy paste the physics numericals from NCRT. It's like they have a pattern, from ages they would give the same for passing and all. NCRT is more than enough. For boards, though, NCRT is more than enough. If you are focusing on competitive, you must thoroughly go through NCRT. If you are focusing on boards, just refer to Chetan sir and our faculty. They're the best for boards, I feel that. In case you don't get a good score in KCT, which other exam we can approach to go for a good placement in colleges for CEs? So yeah, open your options by writing, the private exams of universities. If you are not confident that you'll be able to go through KCT, and if you have that will, you should get into a good college, good placement and all, just take a drop here. That's it. Bro, oh yeah, I got the question. What's the requirements for and is it best compared to IIT? Let me say one thing. IITs are the elite colleges. Okay, so don't compare it with any private universities. Aeronautical engineering, yeah, it's a good course. The requirement is, see, the thing is there's no specific requirement for each domain. You just have to get into that college, and depending on the demand of the branches, they'll sort out the ranks. Like in our college, biotech is not in that much demand. So even if a guy with 40,000, 30,000 ranking also can get into biotech. But the same isn't with CS, right? So it's similar. For aeronautical, I guess there's less demand. So even if our ranking is a little low, they'll accept us. But the thing is, you should be clear whether to accept aeronautical engineering. Because if you go into CS and mess up, it's okay. At least you'll get a mass recruiter recruiting you. If you mess up being in aeronautical, you won't be having many options. That's what I answered my questions. Any other doubts from students?
Hurry up. Hardly we have 2 minutes. Be quick.
Books to prefer for KCT for cook prep. I suggest is you can refer to Arian something we get. Can refer for that. Bro, if you study for 12 hours in JEIT, once can I crack? Yeah, sure. I know my friends who cracked JEIT by studying 10 hours a day for 6 months. It depends on your capacity. If you have that mentality, it's basically about your mentality, how you approach a problem. You can crack it definitely. It's not impossible.
So there is a question: which book is better for biology? Like cracking for biology, NEET. You can go like NCERT fingertips, or if you're for biology, if you just read the textbook, the main textbook also is enough. The first PUC also is important. In CET thing, you'll get a 50-50 percentage, or you'll get less from first PUC and less from second, more from the second PUC. They say 70-30 system.
Fine.
Then,
We are running short of time. Okay, let's conclude this here. Okay, thanks everyone for your time and advice. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.